Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Kirk Plain. Today is going to be a very interesting discussion. Hopefully you can get some insight from it. But the first thing I'd like to say is there's a long tradition standing behind humanity's self-reflection. And religion is at the core of most of the concepts. And so what I'd like to do is chop down some of those religious trees. Because sometimes you can't see the forest for the trees. And they kind of block the reality that's really here. There's sometimes so many ideas blinding you from the truth that's right in front of your face that you just can't see it. And so I'm going to focus on the biggest tree in the forest in hopings that if I chop it down, you can start to get yourself out from the middle of the wilderness of your life. And that tree that was planted in the middle of the field was a tree called sin. What they told you about that tree is that it's evil and it's unproductive and it's wicked, and that you've eaten from it and it's polluted you, and now you're the trash and you're the garbage. You're the unfruitful one. You're garbage. You aren't worth anything. You're weak, pathetic, under the control of sin, unproductive, and God hates you. If there is a God. And it's all your fault. And that is the blindness and the garbage and the crap that they want you to believe. They being the people that wrote the book. Yeah, the people that wrote the Bible. The condemners. The judges. The deceivers. The wicked ones. Those that can do no good. And they want you to be just like them. Now I'm going to challenge you right now. I didn't start out my life thinking I was like that. It took years and years and years of the religious people working to brainwash me, trying to make me hate myself so that I'd be like them and that I'd accept their God and that I'd listen to him ruling over me and blinding me from any life except for submitting to their imaginary God and bowing down and worshiping and sacrificing my life to that God. And they had a whole way of life prescribed about what that God expects from me, how I'm to live and what to do, to honor and worship and bow down. And the next thing was the price of admission into this God that hates me and wants to judge me and kill me and toss me off into a pit of hell and a garbage pit of destruction because of who I am. He provided one way and one way only, one path to be right in my life or go to hell. And that path, I am told, was that I agree with the assessment he has made in his book and from all of his talkers. And come under a blood sacrifice I'm going to call Jebus. And this Jebus somehow was a magician that's going to change that judgmental, wrathful, hateful, spiteful, judgmental God. Jebus came to save the day, to protect me from his dad that's mad. Because you don't want to make daddy mad. And what Jebus had to do, Jebus had to show dad that a perfect life is possible because Jebus is the good boy. So Jebus come in to the world to show us how good somebody could be. And this Jebus came and lived absolutely perfect. So they say. There's no historical proof that he was ever here. No bones, no nothing. Just a story. But anyway, this Jebus lived a perfect life. And then all because his mad dad was so smart that daddy decided that would be a perfect sacrifice. So somehow dad worked in the hearts of all other people and put this Jebus on a couple of chopsticks, cross beams, a tree, they say, and they nailed him to the tree, a cross, a torture device, a killing device, and that the blood that was shed out from that blood sacrifice, this little blood blanket, was shed for the evil sins of all on the earth that would accept the sacrifice and worship and bow down. And that after such acceptance, there's other things that you're supposed to do to enter into this club, this blood sacrifice club. Things like a celebration of eating the flesh and drinking the blood of Jebus, and always contemplating on how evil you were in this life, and somehow staying in your lowly condition, never amounting to anything because of your lowly position, and only being able to depend on Jebus just to get to the next level of life, something called heaven. And at that level in heaven, you and Jeebus and all his friends in this club live forever and ever and ever. The only problem with the story is that you never identify clearly with who you are. You wrap your whole identity and who you are as a being into what you're told to be. And I want to say the premise of this story is one side of the story. And it's not true. There's so much more good to you. And that's part one.